7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Hey, it's Wayne with HaveToFlip.com. It's Friday, June 1st, 2018. Yes, we made it through May. Halfway point, guys. I started out the halfway point great. That is, somehow, by moving everything from one store to another store, I doubled and tripled some of my lists. Yes, I am not happy by any means. I was super excited about going to bed at 10 o'clock last night and ended up going to bed at 2 a.m. this morning. I am very tired. And it's extremely funny how I even found it. I was moving some items over and from my one store to my other store, and I was like, I packed that up today, and sure enough, I had packed it up. Not only had it been sold, I had one in my unlisted, and I had it listed in my other store. Huge problem. I can't even express how upset I am. It's enough to make me change the way I'm going to do all my processes. My problem was I had the 1,000 cap for free listings. I got about 1,500 items in that one store, and I kept moving it over and letting that 500 kind of rotate around and around throughout the months, and just keep that 1,000 free listings. I then decided my other store was doing pretty well. I was going to start moving some of those lower end items over to that store, and that's when I kind of started moving stuff over. I got all the new way that I photographed over to the new store. I had all of this older photography images of flat lays, different types of backgrounds, mannequins I didn't want in my store. So I actually put a lot of that up for 99 cents auction, try to get moved out the door. A lot of it didn't move. Well, my practice up to now has been to sell similar. I would grab 50 of them, sell similar, delete them. Somewhere in the whole mix, a few of those 50 sets did not get deleted. So I would sell similar, totally forget to delete them out of my unsold, and they eventually got back out in the workflow. I had one issue a few months ago. I'm sure I remember talking about it, and I thought I had cleared it up. I didn't realize the extent of how much was actually goofed up. We were all human, we all make mistakes. But because of the way I was actually doing it, I made it 10,000 times worse. I had already had it listed. I had it in my unsold. I tried to move stuff out to get rid of it. Threw it up as 99 cent auctions. So not only did I have a buy it now, I had a 99 cent auction. Plus, once that kind of stuff was shifting and coming out of sold back into the unsold, I was kind of switching back over to the new store. In that whole mess of items, switching back and forth and switching between those, some sold, some didn't. I literally had stuff sold that was in there that had already sold, and I had relisted another item under the same inventory tag. So there was multiple times I had to run down here and verify even what the tag was to be able to delete the stuff out of the unsold. So extremely frustrating. It took me a very long time. I could only go back 90 days. I'm hoping that this was only a 3-month issue and that I haven't been doing it for a while. If so, we'll find out. So as of today, I am not going to sell similar anymore. At the volume that I have. I got about 2,500 items out there. I can't keep well enough track of moving around. I want to eventually go to an anchor store, so I just have to come to the realization that I'm going to actually have to pay for listings until I reach that 3,400 mark in each store to be able to start saving money. So I either have to make a decision that that's what I want to do with both stores, or what I assume I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to shift a lot of that items to my second store, and I'm going to keep my first store a premium store, and then I'll boost my second store into an anchor store. I'll start moving all my clothing items and just keep all my extremely high-end items, or that mid-range even, clothing in my first store, and then move anything below that mid-range down over into the second store, where we can easily push stuff out. I did the math on that. It's not going to be very long before I can throw that into an anchor and not lose any money. So I'm super happy about that. I think I'm definitely going to get that one up to the 10K mark. That one will be extremely easy to do. I think in the end it'll bring in about 2,800 net after, so a month. It's not good money, but it's consistent. So it's just feeding the beast. As long as I can keep it moving, I'll be fine. And the material that's going into that second store is widely available everywhere. So I'm not having to go store to store, try to find these little honey holes. It'll literally be high volume, low ROI, but it's constant. So that'll feed my beast while this one goes. 90% of what I have in there is blouses. I can push through a lot of blouses very quickly. So to get that up to where I want within a few months is going to be extremely easy. What's going to take me the most time is getting this stuff out of store 1 into store 2. I need to I broke it down. It's going to be about 50 items a day right now to get everything out of my unsold by the time I need it out. Then everything is going to be switched 100% over to good until cancel. I'm going to reload everything back out fresh. I want everything collected so I can go through every individual listing before I actually push it back out. And I want to get that store back into, I don't know, I'm not really sure. It'll definitely be under 1,000. I want to keep it under 1,000. I don't want to have to ever pay for anything in there. Maybe even I like to get my clothing down to around half. So half of that will be just clothing. The rest will be hard goods. So that I feel that would be a really good mix. 500 hard goods, 500 items of higher end clothing. And then I'll have the anchor in the other store. So I still would like to shoot for the end of this year. I get 6 months. I'm gonna hammer out a real hard plan and get it going. I want to bust out as much as I can right away and get a really good jump on it and start bringing in material again. I'd like to focus on hard goods, but I think I need to get to the mark where I'm making above what I need to in that store to push it to an anchor store, so that it's paying for itself with a new anchor, and then I can just start weeding it in. But I think most of that is just moving stuff from store 1 over to store 2. So I think I have the material already here. It's just the manual labor of moving it. And then of course this morning I wake up and I go into how I switch from one store to another store, and the sell similar feature on half of my items are gone. So now when you ask to sell similar, they tell you that this item isn't currently available anymore, and here is the next best option. That's not what I want. I did find that if I actually search for the title by 100% and search for it in the completed listings, that I can find it, and below that is an active sell similar link that you can use to actually bring up that listing so that you can modify it in your new store. If they're going to go to the extent of taking sell similar away, they should at least make it easier for people who have multiple accounts to be able to shift between multiple accounts. We're going to make you money whatever account it's on. So definitely that. A little frustrated this morning. A lot of system work, nothing I wanted to do last night. So wanted to get a fresh jump into June and hammer it, and I was up all night. So we'll just chalk this up as one of those blunders that really could have been 10,000 times worse. I ended up deleting probably 70 items that was either duplicated between the stores, left over inside my unsold, and actually items that had sold that were still listed. So big blunder. I mean, I can't even, I knew the way it was designed to sell similar is definitely not set up in the best way. It is set up to fail. So of course you try to do everything you possibly can to better yourself and better your views to get it thrown more higher up top. Right now I'm just gonna kill it with sheer volume again. I don't know why I keep defaulting to that, but it works. So it's extremely easy to do the math and figure out exactly how many pieces I need to make the money I want to make, so, and where I need to be. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't know how fast we're gonna hit that hard. The actual movement from one store to the other store, I'm gonna hit extremely hard. I'd like to get it done in the next 7 to 8 days. So it's like 50. I'm gonna try to get about 60 of them done today. I've got 10 done right now, and it's freaking 10:30. So I had to finish going through the rest of my solds within the 2 stores. Took quite a while. So I hope everybody's June today is starting a lot better than mine. Only good 5s from here on out, though. I'm ready. I love having obstacles like this get thrown at me. It was thrown at me. I knew what to do. I handled it. I got it taken care of in one night. In less than a few hours, everything was back on track. Nothing got shipped or sold that I would have to cancel and affect any kind of customer. So thumbs up for me. It's a win in my book, even though I'm the one who screwed it up. So until Monday, guys, later. Unfortunately, all good things have to come to an end, and here we are. So if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to continue to follow my journey, make sure you subscribe. So until then, I'll catch you on the flip side. Good night. Goodbye. See you later. Toodaloo.